Over the course of my childhood, this subject has been debated between me and my Mexican friends. Maybe all my Hispanic friends, but I grew up in a Mexican town, so my Mexican friends. The chancla versus the wet rag. Now, I've heard tales that chanclas got boomerangs. A chancla is a flip-flop, a slide, a shoe type object that the grandmas, the abuelas, and the mamacitas used to use to discipline their children when their children got out of line. One of my childhood friends told me that his mother can throw a chancla out the front window and it'll come back through the back window and hit you in the back of the head and you wouldn't even know it was coming. Then it was like a boomerang, it came back to her head. And I always argue with him because I was like, you don't understand a wet rag whooping. If you've never had a wet rag whooping, now this is a pile of wet rags. Now to you, this may look like non-lethal. This may look like no problem. This just may look like a simple cleaning object. But when my mama got irritated when I was young and I was in the kitchen not doing nothing and she couldn't find no chancla or cause she couldn't use her hand because my mama was heavy-handed, when she couldn't find nothing to discipline her child with, she would wet just the tip of that wet rag, and I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she made it come to fruition, but she would always hit me in a spot in the middle of my back that made me a ventriloquist. Like I was chasing my air, I was chasing the sound, I was chasing soul, I was chasing spirit, I was chasing reading rainbows. I am telling you, I learned how to throw my voice from here to the upper room and back because my mom would knock the sound out of me with a wet rag. So I want to clear some up. The chancla is more efficient. The chancla you can control. The chancla you probably are more accurate with. The chancla can be used as a wild card. The chancla is great for home defense. The chancla is great in any instances because you can take off the chancla and you can use it at all costs. That's a point for the chancla. The thing that makes the wet rag so dangerous to me is an unsuspecting weapon. Just enough water will light a firecracker on fire. Sparks will fly from a tree if a tree is hit with the wet rag. The only thing is, you're going to be awkward if you put out a wet rag in the middle of the mall in front of everybody. You're going to have to explain why your child got ring around the rosies and ringworm marks on the middle of their back in the mall with a wet rag. So, without further ado, chancla versus the wet rag. I'm going to have to give it to the chancla because the chancla can be used anywhere at any given time. Anybody that wears chanclas can use those as weapons. But on Thanksgiving Day, the wet rag is undefeated. And on any Sunday that your mama wake you up listening to Kurt Franklin because y'all slept in too long and y'all better clean this damn house before she come back from that store from grocery shopping, the wet rag will remain supreme. But in the versus battle, the chancla, my primos and my primas, my abuelos and abuelas, my tios and my tias, not my titis, my tias, y'all win. I said it.